phenomenally over Guy Henderson, and it's no use pretending you didn't.
Guy adored me, and anyway, he was very attractive.
You told me distinctly he didn't attract you in the least.
Well, you would have gone through the roof if I told you he did.
Did you have an affair with Guy Henderson?
I'd rather not discuss him if you don't mind.
Answer me, did you or didn't you?
Of course I didn't.
Let him kiss you, though, didn't you?
Oh, how could I stop him? He was bigger than I was.
And you swore.
Well, of course I did. You were always making a scene out of nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
You never loved me a bit, really. It was only your beastly vanity.
Do you seriously believe it was my vanity that was upset when you went out in the punch with Guy Henderson?
It wasn't a punch. It was a little launch.
I don't care if it was a three-masted schooner. You had no right to go.
You seem to forget why I went. You seem to forget that you spent the entire evening making sheep eyes at an overblown heroine with a false pearl.
A woman in Cynthia Shelley's position would hardly wear false pearls.
It was practically all she was wearing.
I am pained to observe that 7 long years in the echoing vaults of eternity have in no way impaired your native vulgarity.
That was a remark of a pompous ass.
There is nothing to be gained by continuing this discussion.
You always used to say that when you were thoroughly worsted.
On looking back on our marriage years, Elvira, I see now with horrid clarity they were nothing but a mockery.
You invite mockery, Charles. It has something to do with your personality, I think. A certain city grandeur.
Once and for all, Elvira,
You never suspected it, but I laughed at you steadfastly from the altar to the grave. All your ridiculous petty jealousies and your fussings and your fuming.
And you were feckless and irresponsible and morally unstable. I realized that before we ever left Budley Salterton.
Only a monumental bore would have thought of having a honeymoon at Budley Salterton.
What's wrong with Budley Salterton?
I was nearly a bride, Charles. I wanted glamour, music, romance. All I got was potted palms. 7 hours a day in a damp golf course. And a 3-piece orchestra playing Merry England.
Well, it's a pity you didn't tell me so at the time.
I did, but you wouldn't listen. That's why I went out on the walls that day with Captain Bracegirdle till I was desperate.
You swore to me you would oversee your aunt and Exmouth.
It was the mole.
With Captain Bracegirdle?
Captain Bracegirdle.
What a fool I was. What a blind fool. Did he make love to you?
Of course.
Elvira!
But only very discreetly. He's in the cavalry, you know.
All I can say is I am well rid of you.
Well, unfortunately, you're not.
I did not call you that.
Well, somebody did, and it's hardly likely to be Ruth.
Nothing in the world was further from my thoughts.
We were talking about me before dinner that evening.
Well, just as easily been talking about Joan of Arc. It wouldn't necessarily mean I wanted you to come and live with me.
As a matter of fact, she's rather fun.
Stick to the point.
Oh, what I think would have happened if I succeeded to get you over to the other world, after all. It makes me shudder, it does, honestly. All human beings bickering and squabbling forever and ever and ever.
I'm sick of these insults. Please, go away.
Just